And back here at Barrel Ice Complex in Warrendale with recently retired longtime PIHL head coach Mike Bagnato. He formerly of the Pine Richland Rams, one of the teams we're looking at tonight, and the North Allegheny Tigers, of course, which was his more recent team. Mike, I know you haven't been retired for long, but do you like retirement so far?
I do like retirement so far. I miss being around the kids. And I miss some of the organization stuff, but 38 years is a long time to be coaching. I think I'm ready. I'm at the stage where I'm ready to enjoy life a little bit more, and I'm glad for Andrew Cease. He's going to do an awesome job at NA this year. So I felt very good about me wanting to go and then having the organization in good hands.
Yeah, and we actually saw Andrew coach NA to that St. Margaret's championship. I mean, you talk about making a good first impression, winning a preseason tournament right away.
He did. He was a big part of when I was at North Allegheny and helping me mold that organization and creating the culture and that we wanted to do. And he's just a lot younger than me. That's all. Has a lot more energy.
So, I mean, I'm not going to ask favorite memories singular, because 38 years, that's a long time coaching, but in the PIHL, favorite memories plural from your time spent in that league?
I certainly had quite a few good memories and favorite spots, and you're right, I don't have a favorite spot or even a favorite team, but if I go back, I certainly was very, very fond of the Pine Richland team that made it to the Penguin Cup against Latrobe for a lot of reasons. That was my youngest son's senior year. And that group of kids worked extremely hard. We were the big-time underdog that year, and we played awesome. But North Allegheny, I have so many memories. Some of the teams, we of course won a couple Penguin Cup championships, and my favorite team might be the team that got the chance stolen from them in COVID year. We were the number one seed, and we were going to go against PR, and we had a good rivalry going with them all year. I thought we learned, 3 hours before the game that we weren't going to play, and we never did play that. But my memories of that year and that particular team were very, very fond ones. The first Penguin Cup that I actually won also is very, very special. I'm a very, very fortunate guy. I got to play and win as a player and as a coach in these things, and when you get to do that, I've always said, no matter, you're talking about all the 38 years that I coached, and I got to do all kinds of things, coach junior, play in college, all that kind of thing. But the high school thing, just high school hockey is such a great thing for the kids. You're involved in the community. They're with their students. It's an unbelievable feeling. So that I'll have memories forever.
And I think you hit the nail right on the head. They get to play for their friends and with their friends, their parents, their school. We love it, and we love being a part of it. It's the season opener for one of these teams, at least for Peters Township. In your day, how would you get ready for the start of a regular season? What kind of things would you do to prepare for the beginning of the year when everybody's 0-0-0 and everybody thinks they're a contender?
Well, I think it's important, for me as a coach, it was important to find some of the identity of my team, right? And you have to find that by, you're always tightening up things as the years go on with players and who's going to be in what situation. The beginning of the year was always fun to try to figure that out, right? And I never would go into, I always would go into a game thinking I'm going to win because that's who I am. But I never, it was always exciting to see who was going to come out of nowhere. And it was always exciting to see, if you look at my teams in the past, there were kids in particular at North Allegheny that didn't look like they would be that much, right? Or they weren't like one of the AAA players or one of the better players or whatever. And they became, I watched them grow. So I thought it was important to be in here to find those kind of guys, because when it got time to play in championships or in the playoffs, you needed 3-4 lines to go, and you needed those guys to be successful for you. So that's what I think I would be doing. That's what I would try to be looking for at the beginning of the year, and just prepping the team and figuring out kind of where we are and making it exciting for them, trying to build team. You know, I'm a big team dinner thing. God bless my wife. She made spaghetti dinners for.
I love Italian.
So many kids. In fact, when I was over there before the game, Gallo wanted to know if he could come to the house for dinner because he's already missing dinner from my wife.
I think Rick Tingle might want to come to you. He was excited to know that you were here tonight, just FYI.
That's a good man. You talk about memories.
Right.
Some of the best games that I was involved in were against he and I, with Peters and whoever I was coaching.
Right.
In particular, North Allegheny. We both had the same kind of philosophy as far as how our teams played, and they were fun games to watch.
Yep. And before we let you go, is there like a quotable quote or a piece of advice that you would give to today's generation of players, or maybe something that your old players think that you say a lot that you think you could pass on?
I think the one thing that we should all be looking for, whether we're coaches, players, is that, the wins and losses all come if you take care of the simple little things, right? But what we talked about earlier and how important it is to play with the schools is to make it a good experience, have a good experience, have fun with it, because a lot of these kids, especially at some of the programs that we're watching here, this is the best. This is the most competitive that they'll play, or the most close to whatever that they're going to get to do in their lifetime. Some will be lucky enough to go and play some other places, but even if they're playing club, they're playing late at night and everything else, right? This is enjoy the years that you have, because they really go fast.
Yes, they do. And we hope that Mike Bagnato enjoys lots and lots and lots of years in retirement. Former NA coach, former Pine Richland coach Mike Bagnato, thank you for joining us, Mike.
Take care, bud. Great seeing you.